Today, we're diving into something that's literally the lifeblood of a nation's economy, the Port of La Goulette in Tunisia. It's a story about just how crucial a single place can be, but also a story about what happens when that place is under some serious strain. It's a pretty big question, right? But think about it. For a country like Tunisia, with its long coastline, the answer is always at the water's edge. It's all about the flow, the constant movement of goods, of people, of industry. And that's exactly where we're zeroing in. This isn't just some dot on a map. For Tunisia, this port is the main artery. It's how the country trades, how tourists arrive, and even how its high-tech factories stay running. So let's break down how it all works and why it might be in trouble.
All right, so here's the plan. We're going to start with just how big this port is, then look at its day-to-day operations. After that, we'll uncover a really surprising monopoly it has and a critical connection to global manufacturing. And then we'll get into the cracks in the foundation, the serious challenges it's up against, before we ask, what's next?
First things first, let's just get a handle on the sheer scale here. We're not talking about a little fishing harbor. This place is a major player in the Mediterranean. To put a number on it, the port moves around 45,000 TEUs every single year. A TEU, that's your standard 20-foot shipping container. So just try to picture 45,000 of those containers moving through one spot. That's a massive amount of stuff. And the port itself is huge. We're talking over a kilometer of dock space across 42 hectares. But check out that last number. La Goulette handles a full 25% of all trailer traffic for the entire country. That makes it the second busiest port in Tunisia for that kind of cargo, just behind the Port of Rades. It's a huge deal.
So, what's the day-to-day actually look like? Well, it all boils down to one thing: maintaining a constant, steady link between Tunisia and Europe.
And the real workhorse here is something called a RoPax vessel. It's a cool name, right? It's a mashup of roll-on, roll-off for things with wheels, like trucks and cars, and pax for passengers. This dual-purpose setup is what makes the port so efficient, moving people and products all in the same trip. And you can see that connection right here. There's a steady, predictable rhythm every single week. 3 ships to Palermo, 2 to Genoa, 1 to Marseille. This regular schedule is literally the heartbeat of trade and travel, plugging Tunisia directly into its biggest European markets.
Okay, now we get to one of the most wild facts about La Goulette. It has this unique, frankly incredible power in the Tunisian economy that affects pretty much anyone looking to buy a new set of wheels.
You heard that right. Not just some cars, not even most cars. Every single one. The port has a 100% monopoly on new passenger car imports. So if you're driving down the road in Tunisia and see a brand new car, you know for a fact its journey started right here. And we're not talking small numbers. I mean, look at this. We're talking tens of thousands of vehicles, year in, year out. This isn't some small side gig for the port. It's a massive, core logistical operation that it, and only it, handles for the entire country. But it's not just cars. The port has another, even more specialized role, and this one connects Tunisia to the absolute cutting edge of global manufacturing. I'm talking aerospace. Yeah, just take that in. The port's role is described as strategic. It's a critical link in the Airbus global supply chain. This means La Goulette isn't just moving everyday goods, it's trusted with shipping precision-engineered, high-value parts from Tunisian factories to Airbus assembly lines across Europe. The whole system depends on it.
Okay, so we've built up this picture of a port that's vital, strategic, and frankly, indispensable. But here's the turn. Beneath all that success, there are some really big problems. Problems that are putting the entire system at risk.
And the biggest issue is people. Or, more accurately, the lack of them. The port is getting hammered by critical staff shortages across the board. They're short on qualified admins, short on maintenance techs, short on drivers, even security. Get this, for a key role like storekeeper, they have one person doing a job that's designed for 2. And here's the really frustrating part. This isn't a new problem. According to the source material, the port's local team has been begging general management for help, sending request after request for more staff. And those requests have just gone unanswered. It's one thing to have a problem. It's another thing entirely to have a problem that's seemingly being ignored. So what happens when you don't have enough maintenance staff? This is what happens. Your essential equipment breaks down and stays broken. For the main terminal tractors, more are inoperable than working. And for the yard tractors, well, it's a disaster. A shocking 7 out of 10 are out of commission. You just can't run a port like that. So, this brings us to the big question. We've seen how important this port is, but we've also seen how it's starting to fall apart from the inside. Where does it go from here? It really comes down to this conflict, right? The two faces of La Goulette. On one hand, you have this incredible promise. It's an economic engine, a global gateway, a vital supply hub for everything from cars to Airbus parts. But on the other hand, you have this brutal reality. Crippling staff shortages, massive equipment failures, and what appears to be management inaction. In the end, this is so much bigger than just one port's operational headaches. It's about the health of the entire Tunisian economy, which relies on this place running smoothly. All the warning lights are flashing. The question now is whether this vital engine can be fixed in time or if it's headed for a complete breakdown. Thanks for joining us for this explainer.